Um, hey, Facebook. Sorry, I've got a lot stuff going on. It looks dark. We're in the car thanks to daylight saving time. We just wanted to quick jump on and update you as we head home from Kenosha for the evening. Oh, maybe we do have a light. We are live. Oh my gosh.
Can you hold it?
Yeah, I can hold it. This is the expert extraordinaire next to me. Okay, so I know this looks it looks kind of funny, but it's okay. I'm just gonna hold this up. You'll see us driving through Kenosha. Okay, so since I last talked to you, I think it was on Friday, so it's been a little while. On yesterday, Monday, we had Gage Grosskreutz take the stand. He was shot by Rittenhouse and survived. He was on the stand for quite a while. A couple of hours, definitely all morning, and then after lunch. He testified, he was out in Kenosha as a medic. He did have he brought his gun with him. And kind of the line of questioning was directed as to when he drew that weapon and when and where he put it. So Gage Grosskreutz testified, I never meant to use the weapon unless I had to. He was just trying to stop the defendant, Kyle Rittenhouse. Didn't want to use any other lethal force, but the defense pointed out a picture in which it shows Grosskreutz within feet of Rittenhouse, and he testified on the stand. He sees that the weapon is pointed in the direction of Rittenhouse, who is sitting on the ground with his weapon pointed at Grosskreutz within feet. Okay, so that was yesterday. Then today we saw some pretty stunning drone video from, I'm not sure who, just a witness, but given to the attorneys of both sides just on Friday. And it's drone video that captured the shooting of Joseph Rosenbaum. And so they slowed it down and zoomed it in. And it's just another angle versus the one that we've seen on online so far. Then they called the medical examiner to the stand. It's Dr. Doug Kelly. He is a medical examiner for Milwaukee County, but Kenosha County uses him. And he was on the stand for a little while because he was testifying. He had to testify to, the trajectory of the bullets for Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber. Anthony Huber, he says, was killed by a shot through the chest. It caused trauma to both his lungs and his heart, and so that was a fatal shot. And then Rosenbaum was a bit more complicated because he had 4 gunshots and 5 gunshot wounds. The first one he testified was to his hip. The second one to his hand, his left hand, and it was technically his fingers. And then a graze wound on the side of his head, and then a shot to the back. But it wasn't like he was shot turned around, like upright and turned around away from Rittenhouse. It was when he was horizontal. And so that was the line of questioning attorneys were trying to nail down is, was he lunging towards Rittenhouse when he was shot in the back and that was that fatal shot, or was he falling because he just got shot in the hip? And so that, honestly, the medical examiner testified both scenarios are a possibility. And they were really getting up there and demonstrating. They even brought out the alleged weapon and demonstrated in front of the jury. And the cameras couldn't capture it because it's behind a screen. They were demonstrating behind the screen in front of the jury, and they couldn't move the camera without accidentally showing the jury. So if you were watching it live stream, you probably couldn't see it, but there are some good AP photos that we put in our story on air tonight. Then the prosecution rested their case, and they did that right after lunch. In that time, the judge announced they are dropping the curfew charge, in the charge in which Rittenhouse violated the curfew order that night, just because the they had a detective come on the stand and testify that the curfew existed, but he didn't issue the order, and so the prosecution didn't really want to bring in a whole other witness to flush that out, I guess, and so they're just letting that one go. So now there's only 6 charges, or not only 6, there's 6 charges. And then the defense called its first witness, Nicholas Smith. He said he used to work at CarSource from 2018 to 2019. That's the business Rittenhouse says he was out defending or helping defend that night. And Nick Smith testified he did get a call from one of the owners. It's a family business, the son of the owner, technically, that, hey, can you come help assist us with the property? And so this is in direct, if I could provide assistance to watch over the building that night, is what he exactly said. So this is in direct contradiction to what the brothers of the CarSource business testified on Friday. They said they never asked anyone for help. And so this is Nick Smith saying, no, I got a call from one of them saying, can you please come help us? Nick Smith said he wasn't armed. He didn't think it was necessary. He thought he thought other people around him being armed was fine. His plan was to be on the roof that night. He did say that he used Kyle Rittenhouse's body armor that night. He knows Dominic Black. And then we heard from a couple of other witnesses. One was a videographer on the scene, and another person whose daughter was filming video. And then another woman who was out, West Bend woman who says she was out protecting businesses that night too. And there's a photo of all of them at one of the CarSource locations, just kind of standing together, smiling at dusk. So she kind of testified to Joseph Rosenbaum, saying very threatening words to them. And so tomorrow, the defense will pick right back up where they left off. They mentioned something at the end today about a Zoom testimony. So that could be that, one of their expert witnesses isn't going to can't fly in or won't be here in time or something. So they would Zoom. And then that was it. I mean, we don't know who next they're going to call. They could call the Zeminskis. We haven't heard from them. Though Josh Zeminski is charged with firing the first shot before the Joseph Rosenbaum shooting. And then we could hear maybe from the Rittenhouse family. And no word on, if or when we're going to hear from Kyle Rittenhouse himself. The last we heard of it is in opening statements when the defense attorney Mark Richards hinted at it. So that's kind of the rundown of where we're at right now. And I'm going to sign off in just a second. But anytime you all have questions, just reach out, and we will try to do our best to answer them and keep you updated on what's happening. Don't know if this will end in 2 weeks either. That's the goal. I think a lot of people were surprised that they got jury selection done in a day. So I don't know, maybe they could get it done in 2 weeks, but we'll be here watching. So thanks for tuning in, and I will sign off. Thanks.